Okay, so I've got another 1911, and there's a reason for that. I already showed a 1911 being disassembled on my channel earlier. However, I'm bringing this one out to show you that sometimes the 1911 can be a little bit weird. There's hundreds of companies making these, and they're all a little bit different. So, before we get further into that, let's start out with unloading. Drop your magazine out like normal, depress the button. Safety off, finger off the trigger. Rack the slide, look down in the mag well. There is no magical invisible magazine. Look in the chamber. There is no round in the chamber. Let's do it one more time, just for YouTube. It is empty. Now, the reason this pistol is a little bit special is because there is no need for our patented bushing disassembly wrench. I know, very sad. And the reason for that is there's no bushing. This is a bull barrel, and it uses a reverse, I believe it's called a reverse plug, to retain the recoil spring. That is great for accuracy. This is a nice heavy barrel with a really tight lockup to the slide. It is terrible for disassembly, because we're going to get into that. But first, before we start, assuming you have one of these pistols or something like it, you're going to need a special Mauska tool. And that Mauska tool is your standard military issue paper clip. You can also get away with a little bit of baling wire if you're a redneck like me. You can also get away with a little hex key, an Allen wrench, a really thin one with the head chopped off. Either one works. What you're going to do is take this paper clip and straighten it out as best as you can. And you're going to bend the hook into something kind of like that. Now, set this down. You'll need that in a minute. You're going to pull the slide back to the disassembly notch right here behind the slide stop catch. And you're going to push from the other side, wiggle this slide around a little bit until it decides to pop out, like so. You wiggle the slide stop free, and you let it go home. Now, we have come to a crossroads. This is a problem. There is absolutely no way to remove this full-length guide rod from this slide unless you have the surprise Mauska tool. What you're going to do is find the edge of a table, and there is a hole right here. You're going to depress this spring. It is a fucking nightmare, and I'm going to do it for you right here, right now. Ready? Get your Mauska tool in hand here. Push forward. Find that hole. Slip the pin into that hole. Bend it flat along the rod. And push back on the rod. The entire sleeve will now come out. And you have disassembled your recoil spring assembly. Don't fucking pull this. If you pull this, it will go through a window. I am not joking. I have sent one of these through a window. It is under about, I would say, 19 pounds of pressure, and they are actually dangerous. Please, please do not pull this pin out, and please wear safety glasses, okay? You can't see it. I got safety glasses on. They are very important. Leave that out of the way so you don't bump it. Next step, pull the barrel forward through the hood, through the slot, and your gun is disassembled. Okay. Now, here is something kind of fun, unironically. For reassembly, we're going to take the barrel, slip it back in the front. I always get that confused because you would think those would slip together. They do not. 1911s, you always put the barrel in from the front. That's that later Browning action getting to me. It happens. My suggestion is to not put this in and immediately pull the pin. And I'll show you why. Grab this link and pull it all the way back. Slip that very explosive pin through the front and push all the way forward until that is sitting captive. Okay? Then flip your link forward, reach around it, grab the link, mate your slide rails to your frame rails, push backwards, and you're going to wiggle until you find your cam link. Now that you have that set up, push your barrel back and forth until you can find your cam, which is right there. Slip this through, kind of hold it in place, and pull the slide all the way back. And you will feel this let go. It may take a few wiggles, but you can just straight pull it out. Like so. Now, grab this, find your disassembly notch, and push straight down. Alternatively, if you don't want to destroy your highly expensive mouse tool there, you can put that spring back in on the barrel before you reassemble it, push it all the way forward, hold it down with the thumb, and disarm the bomb. Be careful, it will eat your thumb. I'll actually show you how to do that. Okay, if you really want to reassemble this without pulling the paperclip across your frame and maybe causing a little finish damage, you can do it like this, but it's a little bit of a grenade, so I beg you, please, don't wear gloves, for one, because it will get caught, and two, wear eye protection. First, you're going to slip this through like normal. Make sure your link is pulled to the rear, like so. And you're going to slip the entire assembly in. Get that rested there. Now, you're going to push in and pull the pin. And it's going to look a little bit like this. And then you go about your reassembly process. Now, if you did that procedure, this will be kind of sticking up in the way. So all you got to do is push that and pull backwards. And that'll clear that. Now, that makes it a little interesting. You're now reassembling the slide under spring tension. So what you're going to do is you're going to first take your safety off, push backwards, and in there you'll see the cam link. What you're going to do is pull back on the slide and tilt the gun forward and shake. That will reset your cam's position in there to the front. And you're going to find the cam, slip this through. This has to be done. Pull back to the disassembly notch, and I'll show you why it has to be done. Because if you try to pull back to the disassembly notch without capturing that, it won't go. So yeah, you capture, pull back to the disassembly notch, lift out slightly, press it over, and straight down. You now have a fully reassembled 1911. Hopefully that shows you that 1911s can be a little bit weird sometimes. There are plenty of different options for this. Dawson makes one where you basically just rack the slide all the way back, lock it back, and then depress a little lever, and it captures itself. Atlas uses the same design. There are other designs where you have to take a screwdriver and unscrew the rod, and that slips out the front, and then it all kind of falls out. But hopefully that will save some of you a little bit of trouble if you end up with one of these Rock Island pistols. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and comment if you hate this gun.